Maybe the biggest stretch of Jordan's career. The movies.
Oh, look out for that first step, Doc. It's a real Lulu.
I grew up watching Bugs. He never gets old. He appears to be a real nice guy, funny, very witty, innovative, willing to try anything.
Who does that sound like? Never gets old, willing to try anything.
We're very similar, I guess. I'm a very innovative person, very creative. I'm not afraid to try anything.
Why does he continually test himself, always putting himself on the line? Well, for one thing, he seems to require a challenge, as we learned when he made this shocking announcement in 1993.
It's time for me to move away from the game of basketball.
Michael was taught by his dad to believe he could do anything, and Michael didn't like being told he couldn't, like when he was cut from the varsity basketball squad in high school.
I could have easily said I give up on it, but instead I utilize it to where, hey, I'm gonna prove you wrong.
For a young Michael Jordan, it was a defining moment.
I think that lesson was more in life, not just in basketball, that if you stumble, get up.
And prove him wrong. And did he ever?
Strike two.
But in early 1994, he shocked everyone all over again by announcing his return to his first love, baseball. 20 years before, he'd been the best 12-year-old baseball player in North Carolina.
I was serious about considering myself a baseball player because I started playing baseball. Basketball was an alternative. I played baseball with a passion.
Now, as a 31-year-old rookie, he attacked his old sport with that same youthful passion, ignoring critics who said he could never make it in baseball.
I wasn't afraid to take a step in one direction and maybe not succeed in what people's expectations were for me. I wasn't afraid at all.
Morning, Mr. Jordan. Are you ready to play?
What a story it was. From world class to the minors, from big city arenas to small town stadiums, from a $4 million salary to $850 a month.
My take on your baseball career was different than everybody else's. I loved that you did it. I loved that you stuck with it when it wasn't working.
Sure.
Made it even more ennobling to my mind. Made it an example that I somehow felt that I could use with my children, about trying something hard, about not only playing to your strengths, but trying to develop weaknesses. Why are the guys so much less charitable about it than I am?
Well, I think to some extent, envy had a lot to do with it because I was getting a shot that a lot of people never really had an opportunity to take.
Give me the analysis of your baseball stats, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good part. Start the good part. Because there was good, right?
It was good. I mean, at the old age of 32, I stole 30 bases. I had about 49 to 50 RBIs. Yeah, I batted 202.
Two what?
202. I kind of mumble that.
You know, there's a line in the movie where you say,
Yeah, but I'm a baseball player now.
Right. And I'm a Shakespearean actor.
you could have taken that line out. You could have changed it. You weren't at all sensitive delivering that line?
No, I'm not sensitive because I think people have opinions about what my actions were. People viewed it as a failure, you know. I viewed it as something very successful.
Successful in part because it had been his father's fantasy, though he never lived to see it happen. James Jordan was the man a superstar looked up to, Michael's mentor and friend.
Do you still hear advice from your father?
Sure. I can give you an example. You know, all my life, when we used to go and look for cars, brand new cars, and my father would say, never take the first price. Always go and shop your price around and see if you can get a better price.
But Michael recalls the time his father forgot that advice when Michael offered to buy
Really nice car, and the guy's giving me a great deal. I think I want this, son. I said, well, I know you want it, but let's shop around and see where we can get a better price. You know, I'm using the same method that he's always taught me. In about 2 minutes, he said, son, it's too late. I already told him I wanted it. So he was telling me something after the fact. He already had bought the car, signed the name, signed the title. without shopping around.
Here we are with Michael, his dad.
Michael's recollection is as poignant as it is endearing. There's a tragic epilogue to the story.
The 57-year-old father of Michael Jordan was last seen
Now
by
the elder Jordan's car has been found in Cumberland County.
The car Michael bought for his dad was the red Lexus in which James Jordan was shot to death in July 1993.
Michael Jordan's father found murdered.
Soon, Michael's tragic loss would transform his personal baseball mission into something more, a way to honor his father. A year after the murder, as the media was losing interest in minor leaguer Michael Jordan, several fans were there to shoot the only video of his historic first home run.
Fly ball deep to left again. Ratliff going back at the warning track, looking up. It is Gonzo Jordan. He's done it.
As Michael circled the bases, baseball had truly become his field of dreams when his thoughts turned to his father and he pointed to the sky.
I just had to pay a tribute to my father, and I'm glad that I had the thought to take time out and say thanks for giving me the incentive to come and play this game, and that was success for me.
Michael Jordan come back.
2 years after the home run, Michael Jordan was back doing what he does best.
How are you doing? The last time a lot of people saw you remember was the night of the championship, and you were just overcome.
An emotional moment for Michael Jordan.
It was June 16 this year, Father's Day, and Michael was celebrating and grieving at the same time. Normally known for his cool under fire and his ability to keep his emotions in check,
The tears are flowing.
Michael just lost it when the Bulls claimed the title, their fourth in 6 seasons, but Michael's first without his father.
For 15 months, I geared myself up to getting back on top without the support of my father. And every day, that was a motivating factor for me. You can't get there if you don't push yourself.